Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Today I'm reviewing the newest cigar from the Black Label Trading Company. This is the Deliverance Nocturne 2017, and this is the Perfecto size, 5 by 56. Now, as you can see, I've already started it. That's because of technical difficulties. The first take on the video didn't work, and rather than toss this cigar and start over with another one, we're going to jump ahead, as they used to say in the football videos, to further action in the game. Now, what I did, first of all, I took off just a wee bit. It didn't quite draw right. I wanted to take off the minimum from that pointy cap. So you see that hole in the end? I used the Perfect Draw tool that I have and opened up the airway, so it draws perfect now. Here is a shot of the foot of the cigar before it was lit. Now, as you can see, the ash is still intact. There is that very same foot that I just showed you, but a little more ashy now. The first flavors that I got, and I may have to update it here now, but the first flavors I got were a licorice caramel combination with a lot of cinnamon. There was also a lot of black pepper and a nice coffee base. The black pepper is every bit of an 8.5. There's a tremendous amount of a coarse ground black pepper. So that was the initial assessment. All right, now that we're back, you're able to hear me. About an inch in, and now we're starting to see some changes as the cigar gets fatter. The licorice notes are gone. There are chocolate notes there. It's sort of a dark chocolate with sweetness, a lot of brown sugar, cinnamon, and that black coffee. Quite a bit of black coffee, actually. The pepper remains very good. The finish is somewhat of a caramel chocolate mix with a lot of lingering black pepper. Did I mention caramel on the front end? It's chocolate, caramel, brown sugar, and coffee. Those are your 4 flavors, aside from the pepper. Now, the cigar is very nice. It's very tasty. It's very dark noted, but for this first segment, which I'll just give you a rating as we go along because it may change more often, but for this first segment, it's a 91. It's a very good start, and it's burning fairly even. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge to get this one to burn perfectly even, but I will do it. I'm approaching the midpoint. We'll call it the midpoint. As you can see, I'm right at the band, so we need to remove that pronto. Oh, it comes off very easy. It's all hot. There's your band. We'll see a much better picture of it at the end. The flavors now are heavy, dark chocolate with very little sweetness, heavy black coffee, and the black pepper. There's very little sweetness in the cigar now. There is a touch of brown sugar, but not much. The cigar is medium to full bodied, and there is also a touch of nutmeg in the mix. So as you can see, the flavors have gotten a little more bland, dark. The sweetness has gone away. The fattest part of the cigar is not up my alley, so to speak. So the first segment was 91. This midpoint rating, or what I'll call the midpoint, I'm rating 87. It's really dropped. I like a dark noted cigar, but there's got to be significant sweetness to go along with it. Some of you may like this change, but that's just my assessment. But that's where we are at around the midpoint. Let's see what happens next if it improves. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. Brown sugar notes came out a little more here at the end. You still have a lot of dark chocolate and a lot of coffee. The caramel notes are just so faint that you could almost say they're not there. And the pepper was still very good. Pretty much full-bodied by now. Finish is still pretty much the same. A lot of lingering black pepper. With the brown sugar making a little bit of a resurgence, it improved the cigar. I'm bumping it up to an 88 in the final third. This cigar has been really challenging from a scoring standpoint because it started out so good and it dropped at the midpoint and made a little resurgence. If you average it out, you pretty much come up with an 89 overall score. This is my assessment because it's changed quite a bit. And I knew it would because of the ring sizes from the beginning to the midpoint and to the end. So that's sort of the long and the short of it. So there you have it, the Deliverance Nocturne Perfecto. Although a good cigar, it did have a little bit of a downfall in the middle. Final score of 89.